Monica, all yours.
Thank you so much, Stefan. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you today? Good. Also, bonjour à tous. To our 19 students of political sciences and international relations from Sciences Po, who came all the way from France to be with us today for the first time in the United Nations. So, bienvenue, welcome, welcome. This morning, the President of the General Assembly spoke at the ceremony to mark the 25th anniversary of the genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda. Ms. María Fernanda Espinosa recalled that in just 100 days, starting on 7th April 1994, more than 800,000 Rwandans were brutally killed. The victims were overwhelmingly Tutsi, but also moderate Hutu, Twa, and others were systematically targeted. The PJ pointed out that hundreds and thousands of people were orphaned, widowed, raped, maimed, or forcibly displaced. Mrs. Espinosa said that today was a time to mourn and to remember, but also to reflect and learn. For her, there can be no greater lesson and inspiration than the resilience of Rwandans, who were an example to us all. The ceremony was also attended by the President of Rwanda, His Excellency Paul Kagame, the Secretary General of the UN, Antonio Guterres, the Ambassador of Rwanda to the UN, Ms. Valentine Rugaobiza, and the Reverend Marcel Weneza, a Jesuit priest and a survivor of the 1994 genocide, among others. Mrs. Espinosa said that it's necessary to condemn all forms and manifestations of the denial of genocide and to redouble our efforts to fight hate speech and call out those who dehumanize others. The annual commemoration on the International Day of Reflection on the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda is being organized by the Department of Global Communications and the Mission of Rwanda to the United Nations. And the PGA started her day in a panel discussion series hosted by Boston University's Global Development Policy Center and the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD, in Washington, D.C. Mrs. Espinosa took part in the event, attended by over 100 people through video conference. She highlighted the crucial role of multilateralism and the cooperation among countries and also other international actors to tackle rising inequality, climate change, to promote the Sustainable Development Goals, and to advance with an inclusive agenda around the globe. Mrs. Espinosa took part in the discussions alongside Professor Joseph Stiglitz, Professor of Economics and Nobel Prize winner, and Her Excellency Ms. Mia Amor Motley, Prime Minister of Barbados. For more information and the video of this discussion, you can go to our YouTube channel, United Nations GA73. And this event happened on the margins of the World Bank Spring meetings. And as we speak, Mrs. Espinosa is meeting the Special Representative of the SDGs for Colombia, Mr. Carlos Ruiz Massieu. This afternoon, she will hold bilateral meetings with the President of the Human Rights Council, His Excellency Colly Seck, and grant an interview to Thomson Reuters. This is all for this week. Do you have anything else? Yes, go ahead.
Has a draft resolution circulated regarding the Venezuelan ambassador's credentials?
We have not received anything in this regard. Yes, Masood and then Errol. Masood.
Yeah, Monica, tell me something. I mean, I know this is a question which we ask you every other day about Security Council reforms. Can the PGA report to us any progress, if at all, on this front, and that the negotiations are going one way or another? Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you for reminding us of this issue that is actually on the agenda of the PGAs. She's been briefed by the two co-facilitators of the negotiations. As you know, negotiations are still going on. There will be a report on the progress in June. And also, I understand there was a retreat to discuss aspects of this process. And in our next next press conference with the PGA, I will give you the mic so you can ask her this question. But I can update you now on, as of today, on this process. Yes. Okay, no, thank you. Errol, go ahead.
Thank you. And when is that, first of all, next press conference?
We are planning, we are now in April, correct? So we are planning one for towards the end of this month. You are spot on, early May, maximum, yes.
Excellent. Good. I know you was talking about, but still again to touch the base regarding the Assange case, especially in the light that Madam President in her national hat as a former foreign minister, etc., was very much engaged in the solving, I would say, in the real way that this situation. So any update on that? What did she talk about his case recently with somebody? What can she do in which direction, obviously?
Okay, we spoke about that yesterday, and for the PGA, for the President of the General Assembly, she expects that the rights of Mr. Assange, his rights as an individual, as it is the case with everybody, every individual, will be respected, will be protected. Based on international standards, that's what she is expecting. You are absolutely right. She was the foreign minister of Ecuador when this case was developing, but as far as her previous position is concerned, I'm not making any comments. But right now, as the PGA, she asked immediately tomorrow after the news broke that his rights, she expects that his rights will be respected. Yeah. But thank you, Errol. Anything else? No, you are ready in the weekend? Good. So thank you very much, everybody. I see you on Monday about the same time. And enjoy your stay at the UN and in New York. Thank you very much. Thank you.